What's going on, guys? Jax the Bearded Hiker here. Today it's all about the honey, it's all about the chipotle, and it's all about the ribs. All done on the Masterbuilt Gravity Series 560. Let's get going. All right, here we go. I got 2 racks here of St. Louis style ribs, and as you can see, the membranes were already removed when I bought this, and they don't really need too much trimming. I may just get a few little knackers here. There's some of this little hanging little dealios here. Let's move this one out of the way here. You see we got a little bits and bobs right here, so I'm just going to square that up. Not necessary. I'm going to smoke these two. I'm just not going to smoke them together. And that's about all I'm going to do to this one. Looks pretty good. Look at that. We'll just cut that right there. All right, I'm liking that. All right, so what I got here is, this is not all Tapatio. I took a 50% of this bottle right here of Tapatio, and then I added to it some Chipotle Tabasco sauce. It's gonna give this stuff a nice kick. Now, you don't have to use a binder. You could use mustard, you could use Worcestershire sauce, you could go no binder at all. Let's see, you could use, oil, whatever. You don't have to. I'm just doing it so we get a little bit of stickage with this, and might hopefully give this a little bit of a flavor pop, because we want this to be our chipotle, honey chipotle here. All right, so we're going to go over with a light layer of this AP rub by Elk Creek. This is not a sponsored video, by the way. We're just going to go lightly with it. Just as basic AP rub, salt, pepper, garlic. I got turned on by this from James Cruz from Central Barbecue. All right, again, now we're going to go on with this Elk Creek. This is the Honey Chipotle Rub. And we're going to go pretty heavy with this. All right, we're gonna season the other one, and then we're gonna let these jokers hang out for about 15 minutes while we get our Masterbuilt fired up. All right, let's fire up the 560. Now I have the hopper here about 3/4 of the way full of just regular Kingsford charcoal briquettes. Now, before we light this joker, you want to make sure that you open up the top, open up the bottom, pull out these. All right, I've got just a tumbleweed in here. All right, so I'm setting the 560 to 275 degrees. After we got it lit and I've set my temp, we're gonna let this sit here and hang out for about 2 to 3 minutes. Make sure we got it fully lit before we close the hopper. And I also want to say that I have about 2 pieces of hickory that are in here. I put them in there on the top, and then I filled it up about 1/4, and then I put another hickory, and I also put some apple in the ash pan down there. All right, our ribs are going in. I'm gonna bunch them up like this. Ever how you put these ribs on now, that's how they're gonna stay. So if they're all cockeyed, you're gonna have a cockeyed rib. As you can see, I'm going bone side down. All right, that looks good. Can't forget about our tips there. I just got all AP rub on this because I'm going to use these for beans or collard greens. All right, so remember, we got our ribs on the second shelf. We're going bone side down. We're smoking at 275. Now, I'm not even going to look at these for an hour. If we look at them in an hour and they still look moist, we're just going to let them ride. If they're not moist and they look a little dried out, then I'm going to spritz them with a little bit of water. And if I do that, I'll show you. Then after that, we're going to check them. Maybe depending on if we have to spritz them, but we'll be checking them every 30 to 40 minutes and make sure they're not dry out. But basically, what I think's going to happen is we're probably going to run it at about 275 for at least 2 hours, maybe a little over. And then after that, we definitely will give them a wrap. Alrighty, it's been exactly 1 hour and about 5 minutes, and the ribs are looking a little bit dry. So I'm just using plain water because we want to keep all the flavor here of our Chipotle honey rub. So give them a spritz here. As you can see, we're going to give our other ones a little spritz too. Still running good. All right, so what we're going to do is about every 30 minutes, I'm going to come open this up. I'm going to give it a little spritz. And we're going to do that probably twice because then we'll be at the 2-hour mark. And then we'll have a little check on them. And we probably will start our wrap at about 2 hours. So it's been 2 hours. We've been spritzing every half hour. We're just checking the color now because we're just wanting smoke and color right now. So let's give it a little bit of look. This is, it's looking okay, but I think I'm going to give it a spritz. I think we're going to leave it in here another 30 minutes just to get it a little bit darker. All right, it's been 2.5 hours and the color is looking magnificent. So go ahead and transfer these over here so we can wrap them. All right, so let's move this back here. All right, so what we're going down with is some tiger sauce. Then we're going to go down with some of this, it's called fire honey. I'll leave a link in, below. It's got a little heat, so we're just going to add some of that in there. Then we're going to go in with some parquet. All right, and we're going to go with rib side down. Add a little bit of tiger sauce on top. Not a whole lot. Same thing. Honey. A little bit of parquet. That's perfect. All right, I got a double layer of aluminum foil here. All right, so what we're gonna do is just gonna cover these badgers up just like so. All right, let's go back over here. All right, here we go. We're going meat side down on this one. We're going to do the same thing with the other one. All right, so we just wrapped those badgers up. Now what we're looking for, I'm thinking it's going to take about an hour, but what I'm looking for is when I use my thermopin there, I want to be able to probe and I want it to be tender. And we're probably looking at around, you know, 200 to 205 degrees-ish. You know, we just want it to be probe tender. And then look, we don't want to go fall off the bone, or at least I don't. So if I want a clean bite through, so not necessarily fall off the bone. However, if you wanted a fall off the bone rib, what you need to do is just let it go a little bit longer to where you can actually pull those bones out or whatnot. All right, so we'll see you in about an hour. So it's been exactly 1 hour. We're going to give these jokers a try. All right, we're looking at about 204. 204. I'm going to pull the 203, 204. I'm going to pull these. All righty, let's look at these bad boys here. Temperature is on point. As you can see, we got a lot of pullback right there, and that's what you're looking for right there. So what we're going to do here is, let's remove these. Whoa. We're going to let them drain just a minute. Drain off there. So now we're going to douse these jokers with some John Henry's pecan. So we're just going to paint it. All right, we're going to put these jokers on there for about 15 more minutes. And we're going to do both of them the same way. Woo, that's hot. All right, those absolutely look brilliant right there. All right, so let's give these jokers a cut and give them a sample here. All right, guys, we got these ribs done. We've only got one out here. We're going to let ladies go first. You go ahead. Look, don't lie. Just say, don't taste yet until we all taste. Just grab one, but don't, like, you know, taste it yet, because we don't want to know what your thing is. Albert, this is my next door neighbor, Albert, right here.
Hello.
My favorite next door neighbor. Huh?
Look, we have this thing, me and Albert have this thing where I give him ribs and brisket
gives us beer.
burn-ins and whatnot. He buys me beer, so we got a good thing going on.
You trade off to me because I can't cook.
This is Greg. Greg, he's the one, Greg, you're the
Magician of my...
magician of the cottage back there. All right, so I'm going to go too. So, look, I don't want y'all to BS me or BS the folks out there. Take a bite. Tell me what you think. I mean, they ain't got to be the best ribs that you've had in your life. These are Honey Chipotle Ribs. All right?
Some milk right in your mouth. That's the first. It's got a kick. It's got a kick. It's got a kick. I like the kick and the sweet.
I'm down. I feel the burn
Yeah,
too.
yeah. They hit you in the beginning. Okay.
All right.
That's great.
It's delicious.
Delicious, huh?
And I'm not big on spice.
Not big on spice.
No, but this is okay. I can deal with it.
Okay.
I can handle it.
It's really good.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not too spicy.
Right.
Because I can take a kick. Then leave
Just
it alone.
not too spicy.
don't
Well, I'm
kick
glad
it.
I know that
Yeah.
now. I'll be like,
Yeah. These are delicious.
all right, guys, listen. Chipotle honey ribs. Do it.